Drop it.
Let's now have program number 4. For this example, we're going to demonstrate how to get the odd or odd even numbers using arrays. Okay, so this will be our target program. Now let's have our input here. So we need to import java.util.scanner. Okay. Next is let's have our public static void main. Then let's create here scanner input is equals to new scanner system dot in. Now let's declare some variables. I'm going to use int I and n. I will be used for the loop, and then n will be used to enter a number. Okay, so let's have some remarks here. I for the loop, and then n input a number. Next is let's now display enter a number so that it could be dynamic. Okay, next is let's input here n is equals to input that next int. Where's that? Okay, next int there. And then after that, let's now declare an array. So int a is equals to new integer, but this time instead of us specifying, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8 in terms of the number of elements, what we're going to do is we're going to use the input value here. So instead of 5 having a constant value, let's make it more dynamic. So we're going to have n here. Okay, so that's our array. Then after that, let's display here a message to the user asking them to please enter n numbers, forming then the total numbers to be inputted to our system. Now let's have our input. Okay, this will be our input. Let's create a loop for I is equals to 0, I less than our array dot length, and then I plus plus. Okay, and then here we're going to have our input. Let's say array I is equals to input dot next int, then semicolon. So this will be our input. Now let's display the odd and even numbers. So display our odd numbers first. Okay. To do that, let's have a loop for I is equals to 0, I less than our array, which is a that length, then I is plus, and then we're going to have a condition here. If open parentheses our array mod 2 is exactly equal to 1, then we're going to print out all odd numbers. Okay. Then let's have all even numbers. Let's copy this line here. Then we'll have even numbers. We just need to change the condition to array mod 2 is actually equal to 0. And then this one here will print out all our even numbers. Okay, so let's try to check our code. So again, this section here, by the way, this section here allows us to input n, where n could be any integer value. Now, what we do is that this line, upon inputting n, will be stored in our array in reference to the number of elements. So it's more dynamic. And then this section here is our input. After inputting the data, then let's display all odd and even numbers. Okay, so let's run our code. Run. Okay, so we have our output here. Enter a number, let's say 10. Please enter 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have our listing of odd and even numbers here. So let's run our program again. Now, let's say we input, let's say 7, okay? And then you'll be asked to enter again 7 numbers. Let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I made it 8. But since we have inputted 7 here, what it will do is that if you go to this line here, it will only get the length of our array, in which case we substituted the value of n here. So instead of, let's say, 8, it will only be 7. So you press enter here. What it does, it displays the first 7 numbers. Okay? So this program demonstrates how do we display odd even numbers using array. Okay, so I hope you like the program. Thank you for watching. Bye.